Alright. Hello, I'm Tan the TanVOTC channel. Let's see if Star Wars Battlefront is working. Let me get my phone here, but the reason I'm using Battlefront, and this is just a quick stream, this isn't going to be a longer stream of me talking about this subject, that I came across a video that was made, just recommended to me. I also hope you can hear me fine, as well as any audio to the game, though there isn't anything right now. Oh, I gotta get rid of the music in case I get copyright claimed. There's that too. So let me deal with that. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna use a controller, mostly because that's how I used to play. I used to play this game on the Xbox a lot. So with this, like, you can probably tell, no, I wanna go back. Does it just close the game if I do this? Hopefully not. Ew. No, I had a feeling I was gonna do that. Alright, how do I go back here? Wonderful. Actually, you know what? Let's launch. I think it'll give me options anyway. Oh, wait a minute. No, the options are up here. I'm dumb. But anyways, so we want the music all the way down, all the way down. Oh, it's already 0. What? Okay. Weird. Maybe I did record this once and it was like that. Okay. Yes, I know, except just go back to the frickin' game, please. Oh no, I want to do single player. I want to play with other people. Okay. I love the Death Star map, so I'm probably going to be playing that. But I wanted to talk about this. I ran into a video that was saying that Cyberpunk's V... Okay, why is it not launching? Oh, I have to select it, that's why. What's going on here? Add. There we go. Okay, finally. God damn. Frick you. Anyways, I saw a video talking about how Cyberpunk, and I can't believe I have to go back to, yeah, I'll just play this guy. Alright. Oh, is it, wait a minute. Oh, is it not set up to my, okay, I guess I have to use my keyboard and mouse. Alright. Well then, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But anyways, yeah, with the setup of Cyberpunk, I ran into a video that was saying that Cyberpunk's V did it better than, freaking, I don't have my keyboard and mouse set up the way I'd like. They're set up better than Soul Survivor, and I'm guessing they're getting at the dialogue options. And I don't entirely agree with that. I have a lot of the same problems with Cyberpunk that, Jesus, I am just not. Wait, get the frick out of here. God, this is weird. Just kill me. Why can't I use my controller? I'm so much better with my controller than I am with my mouse. Escape. Is there a way I can use my controller, please? I would like to do that. I mean, this is a game I was able to use controller back in the day, so why can't I do that now? Controls. Tree vehicle. Is there really no, like... Oh yeah, I can change my camera. Huh. I don't see an option to change it. That sucks. Well, why'd you let me use my controller in the frickin' main menu then? Why would you do that to me? That is so weird. Yeah, that's what the frick? That's the only thing. I want to get talking about this, but this is really awkward to play since I don't have frickin' proper setup, not knowing that this was going to be demanding. here, I'll use this as my frickin' placer of my mouse, so that maybe that'll be better. It's a little better. All right, put this. Whoops. Are you serious? I accidentally frickin' went back to my PC menu. This is going wonderfully, isn't it? Frick you, PC. All right. Anyways, I want to talk about this because this is a big deal to me. And yeah, you could argue I'm biased, whatever. Don't give a crap. If I'm biased, but I do think there is some genuine stuff to say too. I feel like there's a lot of problems. I even put this in my description. A lot of the problems that like Salt Factory contributed to his problems with Outer Worlds and that dialogue setup is a lot of the same problems I have the with Cyberpunk, and I actually feel like it's more manipulative with its dialogue. Got some guys in here. And it just kind of feels like I feel like something like that is worse than the wheel thing, because at least it feels like they are not only telling you, yeah, we didn't put much effort into this, so just have fun though, and you do. Don't people have fun with it? And it's not a Fallout game, yeah, definitely, and it doesn't live up to that. But at this point, what do you expect? And when they did go back to a kind of similar setup, at least what we think, with the way they approach dialogue in 76, that game still wasn't great. And I know there are a lot of Fallout 76 defenders. If you enjoy the game, even the same goes for Cyberpunk. Like, don't let me ruin that for you. It's your choice at the end of the day, and I'm just one person on the internet, so. But I wanted to make my perspective clear, anyways, because I just felt like it was something a lot of people. Oh, this is a clone trooper in front of me. So I was wondering what they were shooting at. He was really hard to see. He was dark. Uh, his armor because of the shadows. Oh, frick you. Ah! God, I wish I was playing with a controller. The only reason is I used to play this a lot with a controller. If this was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I think I would be doing good. I used to play that a lot on PC back in the day, and I would get pretty good at it. I wouldn't say that I was a super, like, an excellent player at it, but still, good enough to fare on my own and get plenty of kills. But I just felt like it had a lot of the same dialogue. There's also a lot of problems with. I've talked so many times about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's got such a bad story setup. The stories are the equivalent of having like a one of your dickhead friends be a ghost and haunt you, and where the equivalent of any other RPG is like, I want to go and do anything I want to do. And while you can technically still do that, the world is just too boring and empty. It doesn't have like random encounters really or anything like that. And it is just like, where the frick? I thought F1 was up here. What is this keyboard setup? I can't find F1. What the frick? Are you serious? F1's not on my keyboard? What the frick? Oh, here we go. No, I did click F1. And we got a victory. I did click F1. There it is. Huh. I didn't even get to play Palpatine. Frick. Uh, that sucks. I love playing Palpatine, even though he's very slow in this game. But yeah. And I just found that it was the equivalent of like, oh, you like any other RPG, like for example, like you decide you want to go hang out with friends, maybe you want to go see the sights of some place, you want to travel, maybe I will say I want to go to Japan, I want to see the sights there. Uh, and then we're going to be a republic this time. And then a dickhead friend of yours is a ghost in your head, and he tells you, no, screw you, I want you to do what I want you to do, talk to the people I want you to talk to and hang out, and go to the places I want you to go to. So you almost feel like you have no obligation to really do as much. Most of the free will is the feeling that like you have choices, like you romance characters and stuff, but a lot of the characters are still connected to Johnny Silverhand, and Johnny Silverhand just isn't a very interesting character. And ironically, because the game doesn't do much to show how evil the company is in that stinking universe, it just freaking makes Johnny Silverhand look more like the bad guy. He looks more like the villain and an asshole. And V is also a big asshole most of the time. You can select dialogue that makes them seem a lot nicer than they actually are, but God, it's freaking annoying. V's just a really annoying character, and I can't stand them. They're unlikable, they're just not very interesting, not very fun character. The Soul Survivor, even though the dialogue is has a really trash, like the circle freaking tree, or whatever the frick you want to call it, dialogue setup, uh, this is never gonna end, are they? They're just gonna keep going back and forth with the flag. But it's just such a trash setup, and the character is just so unlikable for me. Soul Survivor, when he's unlikable, he's at least fun unlikable. Like when you be a jerk, even though you still mostly get to the same outcomes and stuff. All right, I'm pressing F1 this time. I pressed F2. What the hell? I'm pressing F1. Do I have to shift F1? No? Uh, F1's not working. I'm pressing F1. It's just not working. This is trash. Why? Why wouldn't it work? Oh my gosh, look at all the red markers up ahead. Come on out. But yeah, I just found him so unlikable. The Soul Survivor is freaking overpowered as hell. And I think because of the companions, and technically there are more romance options than what Cyberpunk has. Yes, you got the... Oh god. That's a... Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead! How did I not die? Holy frick. Jeez. Yeah, I just found the companions a lot. There were a lot of good side characters, and it has so much personality. I just felt like whatever personality Cyberpunk has, it just felt so fake. Like, for example, the actual feeling of Cyberpunk is more in the look of the of Night City rather than the feeling of it. Because once you get down to the feeling of it, it's just really mediocre freaking city. Because you got AI that doesn't function properly. It doesn't even feel alive, really. It shows how programmed it is, and like, yeah, freaking Bethesda games do that too. But goddamn. Also, freaking Fallout technically has more consequences and legitimate endings that are, or ending, I should say, that is just better by default than freaking than what Cyberpunk's main game has. Yes, there's the DLC now, but the DLC shouldn't have to be the shouldn't be lifting the whole game up or doing most of the weightlifting for the game. The game should be doing that for itself and giving you the legitimate reason of why you should be playing this or why you should care to play this or even the DLC. If you're just playing it because of the DLC, that's not a very good thing, or because of what the DLC can contribute to the main game. Like, that's still not good. You had plenty, even Fallout 4 has its DLCs, so then we would have to have them challenge each other off of DLC, and I would just bring up Far Harbor in that case. Oh, let's go down the trash compactor. You didn't get to crush me. Your door was already open too. But yeah, I just don't find the character very likable or interesting. Like, even the villain is. Oh, they blew that bridge up. Even the villain is just boring. Johnny Silverhand feels more like the villain. He's an asshole. And Keanu Reeves kind of has that problem with his acting. Like, his acting in that role, similar to Peter Dinklage as the ghost from freaking Destiny, is just like, what the frick were you? Like, he hasn't really acted in a whole lot of voice acting roles by this point, so he's not going to be very familiar with it, and it feels like he was kind of shoehorned in at the last second. I felt like even if the freaking dialogue was awful, or the dialogue wheel for Fallout, at least there was some fun dialogue. Like, there were some legit good lines that the freaking, where's that coming from? Oh, I'm being shot across the way over here. Ah! I don't know, I just found the main character super unlikable. Yes, Obi-Wan. Freaking yeah. Nobody's captured the flag and put it in yet? That's gotta change. Oh crap. Nope. Not having that. No, 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 no. Give me the flag. Give me the flag, or you're just gonna have a repeat of the same crap. Frick you. I'm taking the flag in. Frick you. Get the frick off. Jeez. Just fricking die. Let me return the flag. Oh, jeez. I think Obi-Wan broke his knees. Sorry that the camera's shaking so much. Yeah, I don't know. Frickin' Cyberpunk is frickin' ass with its dialogue. I don't think I have too much more to add. And I've talked so much about Cyberpunk in the past. I'm kind of getting sick of it. That game's just freaking boring to me. Really, the only choice is, yes, you can go stealth through levels, but I just didn't find the stealth satisfying. Like, even Deus Ex Mankind Divided freaking did stealth better. I even think, ironically, Fallout 4 does stealth better. It's more satisfying, and I prefer the mini games even in Fallout 4 over whatever the frick is going on in frickin' Cyberpunk's mini games, like computer hacking and all that crap. It's just frickin' ass. At least that stuff isn't quite as annoying as frickin' Cyberpunk's crap. Cyberpunk also ironically has some things, like there's a vision mode you can go into that feels like the typical Batman Arkham Asylum vision, X-ray vision thing that we see in like every game now. Yeah. We scored, bitches. You want some? Yeah, it's just like I never found Cyberpunk very interesting. I never liked its main story. The choices boil down to like who you romance and stuff, and there's not many romances as well. Some of them are strict unless you frickin' cheap the game by giving like say a female, a male character, vagina. Like, that's the only way you can, like, say, date Judy. Otherwise, it's restricted. Which, ironically, I think they did a similar thing with the characters in Starfield. But, like, even Starfield had, like, once again, I think companions did help to add a lot. But you can still do that right without companions. I also find it weird that I'm just gonna add this, but why do people say that like CD Projekt Red are the I'm about to die soon. I might as well let myself die. But why do people go out their way to be like, oh, it's freaking CD Projekt Red is held up as one of the best the best RPG company, like game companies. They make some of the best RPG. Oh my gosh, really? As soon as I come out of the door, they're gonna get a score too. Oh my gosh, they're just freaking spawn killing me. Frick you. Thank you. Let's stand here and defend the area. Oh, our guys have the flag right now. But, I just, like, they have 3 Witcher games. But, just like Dark Souls, it wasn't until the 3rd Witcher game that they, like, became known for a really amazing RPG. Yeah, there were awards given to, I think, the second, or, like, the previous Witchers. But like amongst the larger crowd or audience, they weren't known until the 3rd game, just like Dark Souls was. Dark Souls had its recognition by the 3rd game, and everybody knew what it was, and even gained a larger audience at that point in time. And then it just got larger with like Elden Ring, Sekiro, all that. And then you have Cyberpunk, and it was hated for more years than it was loved. And I just don't understand how they're held to being like the master. The only other thing they made was a card game. And it's just freaking ridiculous to me. I'm gonna hide behind the robot so I can heal up and feel ready. Yeah, I just never got that. I'm gonna try. Oh my gosh, there's like a droideka and everything. They are like trying to get in here so badly. I want another dude with me. Okay, we're going through this door. Oh crap, it doesn't open. What the frick? No, run! For fuck's sake. Oh my gosh, I can't even freaking... I'm trying to heal, bro! Look how many there are in here. What the frick? Frick all of you. Frick all you bitches. But yeah, like, oh, I have caps lock on for some reason. Oh, frick. Obi-Wan. I hate that I can't frickin' use F1. I've been trying to frickin' press it a frickin' whole other time. Let me try again. It says accept, decline is F2. I think decline didn't work either, did it? No, decline just did that. That's weird. Okay. I think this is set up weird. But yeah, like, I have another freaking couple videos I want to make. Yeah, I just don't understand how they were held up as like the best RPGs. Like even Obsidian at least makes sense. Like Obsidian made KOTOR 2, they did frickin' the first 2 Fallout games, Fallout New Vegas. And I know like maybe Fallout 1 and 2 weren't as widely known back then, but until like the Bethesda games. But then you'd have to ironically give more credit to Bethesda as being known as these RPG. Once again, RPG isn't just dialogue. RPG is also the role that you play or create. For example, like Diablo with Barbarian or something, or even the roles you choose in frickin' Baldur's Gate. If you didn't have good dialogue options in that game, it would still count as an RPG because it has the other role-playing parts in mind of like what character you create for yourself. It is how you choose to play or role play or whatever the frick. It's not just restricted to dialogue. So that just frickin' blows my mind that that's the only way people think that something is an RPG is when it's just reliant on dialogue. Because I remember in Actman's video on Diablo 4, people were saying that Diablo 4 is not a RPG. That's not true. It is definitely an RPG. So, yeah. And it's just funny how people see that. I just don't see much for your class roles. Nowadays they did fix the skill tree. Are you serious? Frick you, game. This is never gonna end, is it? I hate capture the flag because of this. We're tied, for crying out loud. Who has the fricking flag? You! Fricking die! Give me the flag! Give me the flag! Give me! Nobody's paying attention to me. Watch them shoot me in the back, though. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom! Frick you! Frick you, I don't care if I die now! I got the fricking flag in, bitch! Let's fight! And it's not like the dialogue system isn't the only aspect like I don't give a crap about in Cyberpunk. Like I've romanced frickin' if I'm remembering, I think I've romanced, I don't even remember the name of the dude that was in the band of Johnny Silverhand. He's just, the character's just so forgettable. I only remember Judy and Panam because, yeah, they're hot. Well, kinda. I don't like Judy's design. She doesn't even feel like she fits in Cyberpunk. She feels like an everyday, or at least somebody I would see off the street. She's got, you know, the typical haircut we see in everything else, where the hair is swooped on one side and it's shaved everywhere else, and it's dyed or whatever. And then she's got a tank top, and she goes, "Ooh, that's frickin' cyberpunk, isn't it? Oh, tattoos." It's not like I haven't seen frickin' people in real life with that crap. It also just doesn't feel like they went all out with the setting, down to the point that there's no flying cars unless you mod it. And trams were already in other games. Like, even freaking Deus Ex Mankind Divided has trams. It may not be anything special, but that's just it. It's not anything special, so why would you be making a big deal of trams being this big thing? Like, frick off. You should have had if you really thought certain things were important, you would have had them, you would have focused on them in the first place in your game, but since your motivation was towards other things with the game, no, I'm taking that. I'm taking. Frack! God frickin' damn it. Frickin' die, you bitches! I know I'm unfocused in my video. This is just a stream and me saying this stuff off the top of my head. I was planning on making a video, but like I decided to just do a stream some Battlefront 2 and talk about it. But yeah, I didn't know I wasn't going to be able to use my controller though, so that kind of sucks for me. Frick you, I'm going with this thing. There's nothing you can do to stop me, bitches. See you later, suckers. Oh, frick, my stamina. Hopefully we get to... Oh, hi. Oh, thank goodness. Hopefully somebody doesn't fricking rocket launcher me again. I don't know. I don't feel like they went all out with the Cyberpunk stuff. I at least feel like Fallout went all out. Like, there's just so many other things that freaking Fallout 4 would do better anyways, or just Fallout series in general. Frick you. I'm just running past all y'all because I'm not getting blown up again. That's not happening. Frick you. Flag's going in and we're winning. Wait. Do we seriously have to get 5 score? How many did I put this up to? That's it. I'm killing everybody in here. Get over here. You are not allowed to live. Excuse me? You wanna pass that by me again? You know, the laser you just shot past my ear? Anyways. But yeah, just Cyberpunk, man. It's a game I did enjoy that game when I originally played it, but like over time that game, like just like Outer Worlds, ironically again, over time I just spotted more and more problems with the game as I continued to play it, and it just soured my opinion, and then the fan base soured it more, which that shouldn't be happening, and I don't think that like everybody within a fan base, there's bound to be people who have legit good like criticisms or even points to make within a fan base. There are even good people within a fan base. Not everybody in a fan base is toxic or anything, but goddamn, freaking Cyberpunk had its moments of just some really annoying standout people within the fan base, which sucked. Um, Especially with their influence over like just the constant almost every year that every time Cyberpunk got an update, every time you hear fans of Cyberpunk go, "Oh, the game's better now. The game's better now." It's just like the same constant goddamn thing, and it's not true every freaking time. It's like, shut the frick up. You're if anything, you're pulling people away from wanting to try Cyberpunk than actually trying it because you freaking won't shut the hell up. God damn. And if you're somebody who was able to avoid this kind of stuff, good for you. I'm glad. You didn't have to hear people repeatedly. Even Dave was like watching just a Street Fighter stream, and there were people just randomly coming into that chat saying Cyberpunk's good now. It's like, shut the frick up. And this was before the freaking DLC and crap. It's like, what the frick is wrong with you? You just need to shut the frick up. Be patient. Have you heard of patience before? Because you're getting on mine. I'm losing mine. Shut up. Oh. Apparently my laser gun needs to reload. I'm just kidding. This isn't Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1, that is. Yay. Oh, crap. Here, I'll let myself play the Emperor by, there we go. Yay! It's my best friend, Palpatine. Hello. You wanna die? Anyway, Cyberpunk is trash. Even I think so, and I'm the Emperor. Frick that game. Go to hell, you stupid rebellion scum! Hey, that's my line. Sorry, I broke character there. I almost broke character again. But I think I've said my piece on Cyberpunk. There's plenty I've already said. There's even other Cyberpunk videos I could go into. I just think that Cyberpunk doesn't do a whole lot with its dialogue. It just doesn't expand it much. It's more like the illusion that the dialogue's really good. Oh, I'm going to die. Okay, I can get out of character finally. But yeah, just I don't know. I can't stand Cyberpunk. That game just like got worse with time, in my opinion. Even though it's technically is better finally, but that took a goddamn long time. They didn't put that in the forefront of their of what they should have been making their priorities. Their priorities were set somewhere else, and they sadly followed in the lead of other greedy, disgusting game companies. I understand that during the creation of that game, COVID happened and stuff, and there's crunch time, but not only are they really terrible with the crunch time stuff, but bruh, like every excuse they were given was the same goddamn excuse a lot of other companies were given. And oops, I accidentally shot one of my own guys. Uh, and it just doesn't feel like it's really worth it anymore to as a benefit of saying, oh, this is why they screwed it up. No, I feel like they were just as evil as EA or whatever when they screwed up. Freaking hate that Wookiees have more health. Frick you. Oh my gosh, my aim is trash. Oh, we won. Huh. Anyways, the other conquest modes go by quickly. Always top the scoreboard, mostly because it's a bunch of dumbass NPCs. Yeah, I just never felt like it was solid with like there's so many other games I'm more satisfied in different areas. Like Cyberpunk is literally one of the most boring open world games to me. Like every aspect I try to go through, okay, what do I want to play? If I'm playing a game in each section of what a RPG or an open world game is known for, okay, the open world. I would prefer to play any other open world. Hell, I might even play freaking Ubisoft open worlds, and I freaking hate those open worlds. At least mostly the modern ones. But goddamn, the fact that there are Ubisoft games, I'd rather be playing their open worlds over Cyberpunk's, just because it's more interesting. There's more interesting and diverse characters in the world and stuff. There's personality, all sorts of stuff that actually stands out outside of just the look of the game and the feeling. That's just freaking crazy. And then we're gonna do Rebels this time. I think Luke Skywalker. I can't remember. I think it's Luke Skywalker. That is the Jedi, the like hero. I'm gonna stay here and defend while I talk. Uh, and then I go to like RPG, like I want to play a game for good like RPG mechanics. There's so many other games that are better. Hell, I remember Pro Jared, and I know people don't always trust Pro Jared, uh, always or forgive him for the stuff that happened, like whatever the frick, the drama that happened around him. But like he even did so many videos talking about RPGs that maybe we've never heard of or never played or whatever, even on like the recent Sega system, that he's never gotten to play some of those RPGs. There's so many RPGs that are more worth your time and have better dialogue, more interesting characters, personality, that I would rather be playing over freaking Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk is also just made even worse. And at least, and then gameplay. I prefer freaking Fallout. I know there are some people who can make some crazy plays in Cyberpunk, that, but like, what game doesn't have somebody who can find a way to make crazy gameplay in something? And back to the COVID thing, there were other games, whether by AAA or not, that came out like perfectly or really good during the time of COVID, and they were working under harsher conditions than CD Projekt Red. And then like even nowadays, the whole like thing of like, oh, there was crunch, but like you hear that with every company now, so there's like no excuse that benefits or even helps CD Projekt Red in this case. And they made one RPG essentially that is the only one that people are holding them up to the standard. Like if I bring up Bethesda once again with RPGs and I talk about like, okay, like they still have a lot of RPGs. They frickin' have Fallout 3, they have Fallout 4. I know it's not good with its dialogue system. There are still good things within both games, whether it's the gameplay or whatever. And then fricking like people forget they made Morrowind. There's Daggerfall, Arena, like more wasn't Morrowind just as like held up to the same kind of love as freaking Fallout New Vegas, where it had really good RPG elements and stuff. And people wish it would, like, some games would go back to that old-fashioned kind of RPG setup. Like, yeah, they were responsible for that. And then you forget BioWare's history. Yeah, now these companies are ass. Now Bethesda's being stupid. Now BioWare's stupid with the crap they give us. But back then, they had so many masterful games that people absolutely loved, even if you weren't a fan of the new directions they took. Like Fallout 3 was kind of the equivalent of Resident Evil 4. It took massive uh, directions away from what the original games were like. Um, and like people forget some of the legit good RPGs they've made back in the day, like Morrowind once again. And I'm sure that's not even it, too. Like from Fallout, Morrowind, I do think that to some extent, even though Starfield has a lot of problems, even in its dialogue system, at least there are legit things that feel like there are legit consequences or other things. Like you can legit, like, actually have a job in that game. That's something that I want to save for another video. There's a lot of games that do things like, I don't know why whenever a game has romance, you can't do like, why isn't there like marriage set up or whatever anymore? Like it's just it mostly shows the aftermath of them potentially being married, but never the actual marriage ceremony. Even Starfield had a marriage ceremony. Um, it's just weird. And then stuff like people not wanting you to go in their house or whatever. Even Skyrim had that, even though it was weird when like during the day, but that was mostly because they were there and they didn't mind having you in their house. But like when you were there during hours they don't want you to, yeah, they'll call the guard and the guard will come after you and tell you to get the frick out or go to jail or whatever, or pay a fee. So yeah, or even attack you. So that stuff was still relevant in those games. Um, and that's another thing. Oblivion and Skyrim are big held up to games, and I love those games. I think those games are still really good. And like, even though Larian Studios mostly has the Divinity games, and I don't think Divinity was really super known until Divinity Original Sin 2, as well as like Baldur's Gate 3. Though I think BioWare was responsible for a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons games, like Neverwinter and the original Baldur's Gates. I don't know if they were called BioWare back then. Um, just like I don't think Obsidian was called Obsidian. Weren't they Interplay, I think? You can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I just, once again, there's no area in which I care about freaking Cyberpunk. Why are they stuck out there? Somebody capture the flag! I'm just here defending. Do I have to come out there and do stuff? The game can't play itself. But yeah, I don't think there's much more I can contribute to the situation that I haven't already. I just feel like I would be repeating myself. Uh, and I would hate to do that, and I'm sorry when I do. I have that problem in general where I'll repeat myself. I have a bad memory in general too, so that's just wonderful. But yeah, I just found no facet of freaking Cyberpunk interesting to me. I can't believe I'm talking about it when I said I don't want to talk about it anymore. But it seems like there are things I still want to talk about. Nonetheless, this video went on longer than I was hoping it would go, and yeah, I was like, what classes do you make in Cyberpunk? Like, I know they have Street Kid and all that, but the beginnings of the game is the same goddamn thing, and it's a chore. Well, it is kind of this. Actually, most of the rest of the game is kind of the same goddamn thing. The only difference is what you're gonna say, but it still mostly will lead to the same outcomes. There's not really much change other than how you actually play that level. But other than that, you still have a lot of the same endings and outcomes. And any deviations are just very slight and forgettable. Or like, even if they are vaster, they don't feel like they're that vast. Because they don't really feel like they had impact. And because of the garbage endings in the main game, and not just the DLC, it's freaking not really noticeable to me. I would prefer like freaking legit Fallout 4. You you join the Brotherhood of Steel. They'll be like, okay, now you gotta kill the entire railroad for us and the Institute, locking yourself out of not only their quest lines and their special loot, but also companions dying permanently that you would otherwise love. So there's some legit things that can go down, and you'll even see like the Brotherhood of Steel traveling around the wasteland, or maybe even in Diamond City and stuff. So there's actual consequences and actual things you can see that the differences of joining a side made, and that's pretty cool. I just don't feel any of that. Like you can't even join a gang in freaking Cyberpunk because the game's on a very straightforward route. It just you just can't. And I know it's supposed to be a very different RPG, but it feels so lackluster from even that. Um, I don't know, once again, but I hope you enjoyed. Stop pushing me, or I'm gonna shoot you. Yeah, you better go invisible. Um, yeah, I hope you enjoyed Battlefront 2. I didn't get to play this in a long time, but I absolutely loved this game back in the day. I wish I could play with a controller, honestly. That's what I used to play this religiously on Xbox. It's freaking crazy. I loved it on Xbox. The Xbox original, that is. And then I played some of it when it came backwards compatible on the Xbox One and see whatever freaking after that. Xboxes have such weird freaking names. Um, they can't decide what number to go from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed nonetheless, and I would definitely love some questions too, or even things that people can bring up that maybe I could answer more definitively, because then it'll give me something to think about or to even talk about. And make sure, of course, not to be like rude or anything. I've made it clear multiple times on the channel. Like, if you're just gonna use your platform or your opinion or the whatever to be rude or something while criticizing at the same time, like that's freaking like there's no point of paying attention to that stuff. Like, if you're just gonna use that opportunity to be an asshole, then there's just no point. Why should I listen to you then? If we can't discuss something civil, then what the frick? What is the point? Um, but no, some people, just like the Joker says in Batman, or actually, no, it's Alfred that says it in The Dark Knight. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Some people just don't care, but maybe you should when it comes to the way I think, because if you're gonna do that stuff, I'm on a strict thought of if you're gonna do that, I'm just gonna shut you down because I'm not having that. I don't want to create such a rude environment, disgusting environment, and I hope you better yourself uh, from it or from other things that you do in your life. I just would rather you be a better person than you would an asshole. And do you really want to be remembered that way too? Is that really something you want to be remembered for? I don't think so. I wouldn't think so, but maybe you don't care. It's again. But whatever. That has nothing to do with the topic other than like how you should like you shouldn't be. I know I'm not your father or whatever the frick, but yeah, it is my plan, my frickin' channel. I don't want people being nasty assholes on it. I want people to be civil. I want people to at least like for example, you can swear all you want. Swearing is fine, unless like YouTube for some reason censors it or whatever. I don't know how the setup is. But for that. But if you're like, for example, if you're swearing about rather than at, like, there's a big difference between those two things. Like, if you're calling me, oh, you're a dumb asshole, for example, no, I'm not putting up with that unless you're joking. But then you'd have to probably clarify that you're joking because nobody's gonna know otherwise. Especially in today's world where people like are so sensitive to every joke. Even ones that frickin' that shouldn't even be a thing for. And then there's just like swearing about, like you're saying, God, this is so. I don't swear, so this is so goddamn stupid, right? Like I hate that. Like you're just casually swearing within your conversation rather than swearing at, like you're a goddamn fool. Like I want to make that difference known too. Why, like, if you can't just freaking share an opinion without being rude at the same time, what is the freaking point of that? I just don't see any point of that other than your point of you want to be an asshole. But even that, I feel, is super pointless. It's only point something that is a point to you. It is not. It is pointless to everybody else who does not give a crap. And I think that stuff should be ignored. If you do have those problems amongst people or somebody is legitimately harassing you, I would have to see the comment for myself if it is legitimately doing that. Usually I get notifications for comments, so I might see it anyways, and so on. I just wanted to make that stuff clear. I know that kind of randomly came out of nowhere in this. Oh, now we got these guys finally coming for us. God damn, you guys, yeah, it was Luke Skywalker. How do I kill myself? Oh yeah, there's a hole over here, isn't there? I can just jump down. So we'll play a little bit of Luke Skywalker. Bye. And then I'll end the stream. Oh, frick, I think that was one of my own guys. Whoops. Where's the guy with the flag? Hold on. Where's the guy with the flag? Oh, is he actually in? Okay, I think he's actually in here with the flag. Oh, I think this is a flag guy coming around the corner. Ooh, that's a dark trooper. Oh no, he's not down here. What? Where's the guy with the flag? Frick you. I'm Mark Hamill. I am the goddamn Joker, bitch. Goddamn, how many times are they gonna... Okay, the flag's way over there, apparently.
The Empire has dropped the flag. Watch those blasters! The Empire has dropped the flag.
Watch those blasters!
Has the flag. Choose your side.
Frick all of y'all, bitches! Oh, I'm not getting a rocket launcher. Frick you. Last time I got insta-killed with that. Oh, there you are. Come with me. Come with me if you want to live. You can live. I know it. Oops. Ooh, that almost killed me. Holy frick. We haven't gotten a single point because of these fucking NPCs. Well, that's too bad. You're fighting Skywalker whether you like it or not. Frick you. All y'all bitches. See ya. Yay, we got the flag finally. You happy, guys? Alright. I don't want to get 5 scores. This is gonna take too long, and Luke's already almost dead. And look how many times they keep picking up and dropping the flag.
The Empire has dropped the flag.
Uh,
Dropped the flag.
by the way, if you're wondering if this is that new HD collection with the frick, no, this is just the original. I never bought the HD collection, which thank goodness. I almost wanted to get it because I was like, oh sweet, I'll be able to record with my friends, and then I realized there's not only no crossplay, but it sucks. Oh, I'm about to die. Oh frick, I almost fell in there. Yep, there I go. I died of old age apparently. Just like Luke did in the frickin' in die like a fart in the wind in Last Jedi. Frick that movie. But yeah, I I've already talked about my complaints with Cyberpunk. I don't feel like its dialogue system. Hell, there's even YouTubers that have come out about like it's not the glitches that were the problems with the game. The rest of the game is also a problem. Like Beat 'em Ups made a video, Manly Reviews made a video. There were plenty of YouTubers that came out eventually and were like, "Yeah, no, this is not good. It feels like it's trying to disguise itself." It also has a lot of the same problems and stuff that like Last of Us Part 2 even has too, where it feels like it's good writing in a terrible story, or that the dialogue feels like it's legit good writing in a terrible story that's all over the goddamn place or just not executed very well. So yeah, sorry that I haven't really played many of the other guys. I usually just stick to the typical guy, like blasting people away. Uh, but yeah, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found something interesting from this, and I will see you next time. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm not saying that Fallout 4 is necessarily better with its dialogue. I'm saying that they're kind of on the same level, honestly. And it's weird to compare Fallout 4, honestly, to Cyberpunk. Like, I don't even feel like that should be a comparison. There are better games, better examples you could be using. And I just felt like that was kind of a joke in of itself. So it was just weird. It's kind of like the same guy that made the video claiming that Cyberpunk had a better story, even though it was the title of that video was very deceiving, as well as the actual message of the video kind of even was not entirely sure what it was saying by the end, other than I was thinking that I don't think the messages of Cyberpunk are any better either. Like Cyberpunk does the same typical corporation bad, even though the corporation isn't properly shown that it's bad. Manly Reviews went over that really well. Why the frickin' villains suck. And just the other messages, I just don't give a crap of in the game because I don't feel like it was executed all that well. Um, and I don't feel like their creativity. Like take for example, there's samurai gear in the game, and I'm not just talking about like the samurai jacket, which is one of the only other things that they just capture the flag. Um, but yeah, it's like what the frick? Like you have a samurai helmet and you got a samurai mask and swords, but you don't go any further than that. Like the helmet doesn't have cool like decorations on it. You just like even freaking ironically, Darth Vader would be laughing at how embarrassing the samurai gear is, and I think his helmet and such was inspired by that stuff. And it's just like look at all these other games. Even Fortnite has samurai gear for the samurai looking characters that looks freaking better than what Cyberpunk's got. And you advertise the word as well as just samurai so much in your game. From the freaking famous line, "Wake the frick up, samurai," which is a different word, of course, to freaking jackets with samurai on it, to even colas that they made that was called samurai colas. You had samurai all over the place, and you couldn't even do it better than all these other games. Like Neo 1 and 2 are laughing at you. Fricking Wolong uh, Fallen Dynasty or whatever the frick that game was called. That game's laughing at you for your samurai gear. Ghost of Tsushima is laughing at you for your samurai gear. and it's the one example that shows me that like they just didn't go far enough with the creativity. Like I don't care about the gear, I don't care about the guns. They're just so creatively bankrupt in the look. The only thing that actually looks like it's trying something, and it's really only the look rather than the feeling or actually playing within it, is the freaking city of Night City or whatever the frick. It just, even creativity, it didn't go all out. Even freaking Skyrim goes all out. Like the freaking dwarven city that's now run by freaking everybody else, Markarth, freaking Whiterun, Windhelm, uh, so freaking Riften. Like those cities are very distinct, have very distinct, memorable characters and stuff. I don't remember the damn thing other than the characters you're scripted to meet.
The Imperial has
Where
dropped the
any of
threat.
those characters you can decide whether you want to walk up to them and do their quest or not. And I know you can say the same
The
here, but
Alliance has
then you
dropped the
just don't
threat.
have much else to do
The
after
Empire
that.
controls the
So you
flag.
kind of have to go out your way to do that other stuff. Where Skyrim, I just feels like gives
The
you
Empire
way
has
more. It
dropped
has
the flag.
dungeons, it has random encounters. Hell, any Bethesda or Obsidian game has more. That feels like it's a legit, not a waste of your goddamn time. I was like, and since it was things I didn't care about, like, oh, there's special cars. There's only a handful of
The Alliance
unique
has dropped the
guns
flag.
that I actually cared about in Cyberpunk. I didn't really care about anything else.
The
It was
Imperial has
just got
dropped the
really
flag.
boring fast. It felt like any
The
other
Empire has the
Ubisoft
flag.
open world, ironically, coming back to that. It's just like freaking boring. Your enemies are strictly put in certain places, and you kind of have to be the one to walk up to them and attack first, or just walk into an area, restricted area or whatever, finally, to get them to actually notice you and fight you. But most of the time, you have the heads up because you can attack first. So it's just like whatever. And I heard the leveling scaling is also just not the best in Cyberpunk. Like ironically, the same problem Oblivion had. Um, yeah, I just there's so many areas in which I don't care about Cyberpunk. It feels creatively bankrupt. Frickin' I would have rather
The
a
Imperial has
JRPG
dropped
of
the
the
flag.
anime, the Cyberpunk anime. I would have rather a JRPG of that than what we got. What we got was freaking boring. Even beat 'em ups was like 90% of this, people just sitting around and talking, is not in a good in a game like this. I can't remember what else he went into that, but that was the exact example that I was like, yeah, this game's freaking boring. I don't care what these characters are saying and stuff. And they don't go all the way out. Like, I don't get to experience or get to know what Militech is really all about. And when I do, it's just in pass by
The flag has
freaking
been dropped.
conversation or some sort of like log or whatever I find on the ground or whatever the frick. It's just like they don't explore that stuff. Even some of the gangs, like those guys with the spidery robot eyes, like they only appear very briefly and then they're gone. You can't actually join their gang and freaking do all sorts of cool
The
things with them.
Empire has
Like where
dropped
the
the
frick
flag.
is that stuff? Or other gangs that they might be
Rebels protect
enemies
the
with.
flag.
Like if this stuff is probably in the DLC, but once again, the DLC shouldn't be holding up the entire weight of the whole game series. And now that we got something like Shadow of the Erdtree, which feels like an entire other game on its own, it's just like that feels like an embarrassment of a DLC now. It feels so lesser now. Hell, even compared to like Baldur's Gate 3, which is not gonna get any DLCs from if that is to be expected from what Larian Studios. Hell, Larian Studios hasn't made like too many really famous RPGs. It was really until Baldur's Gate 3, and I even feel like they're
The
more
Alliance has
masters of
dropped
the
the
craft
flag.
of an RPG than CD
The
Projekt
Empire
Red.
controls the flag.
Way more. It's just freaking ridiculous. But anyways, I will see you next time. If you did enjoy this, remember to like, share, and subscribe. That's right, I have to play it. Press Alt, Control, and Delete. This is a game that for some reason hates me doing it otherwise, any other way. But I will see you next time, and you have a awesome freaking day. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to your comments. This was just mostly meant to be a quick video, but turned out to be a lot longer of a stream. And I will still look through I'll still look through the frickin' anything that may have been messaged though, and I can see about messaging back. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. Bye. Oh, geez, I'm losing my voice probably because I'm talking about this goddamn game.